Hello there, everyone. Welcome to the first Hobby Ever After little podcast episode. This is me, Eric.
And this is Elsie coming to you live from the car.
Yes, we are in the car. We are currently going on a zoo/book date today. And so we thought we might as well try this out and see how it works. And yeah, you know what? We did a little test run of it. Sounded good. So we are feeling confident in this going well.
Yeah, sorry if the audio's not good. I'm gonna try my best to post to fix it.
Yeah.
But, I tried to set up the mics, it wasn't working.
But yeah, nope. We got our edit video master. You've done all the videos so far, and that's something that I need to be, but it's definitely a problem for me because it's like my computer doesn't exactly work the best with it, so I need to like try and use that on like a different computer or something like that. Or maybe it's just something with the program at my computer or something like that. Just yeah. Because usually I try and make, at least for my videos and a lot of like the conjoined videos, I make the screenshot, uh the thumbnail. Blah. Yeah, the thumbnail. Yeah. But yeah, no, let's start off by talking about if we want to continue this, what should we actually name it? The podcast. What should the podcast name be?
Hobby Ever podcast.
I was thinking Hobby Tales.
Hobby Tales, that's cute.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because I was like, we're already Hobby Ever After. Why don't we do Hobby Tales?
Happy.
Yeah. Tell us, everyone, how you feel about that down in the comments. Let us know. But yeah, since we already got there, if you're okay with that name, I think we should use it.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, if you all thought that was like a little glitch, no, that was Elsie going, yeah.
Well, that's what I do. I go, yeah.
She goes, yep. She goes, yep. She goes, yep. Let's talk about our lives. So nothing too personal, just like what's sort of been going on and stuff like that. Like, how's it going for you?
It's going busy.
Yeah.
I'm doing a musical after work. And it's good, but it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
But for any of you that know musicals, I'm doing Little Shop of Horrors, and I am a doo-wop girl, and it is fun and hard.
Yeah. And that's the role that you did want, right?
It is the role that I wanted, yes. I mean, Audrey would be fun too, but like, there was this one lady, she used to be my director, and she has always wanted to be Audrey, and she was perfect, and I was like, I'm not even gonna step on her toes at all. Like, obviously, I would not even be any competition with her, but yeah, no, I wanted to be an urchin anyway. Or our director right now calls them urchins, but when I did the show when I was a freshman, they called them Up Girls.
Wait, she calls the merchants?
Urchins.
Oh, urchins.
Street urchins.
Yeah. Oh, it's interesting.
Because, yeah, like when we're out on the street and whatever, we're in like street clothes, but then when we're like narrating or whatever, we're in like fancy clothes.
Cute. Yeah, and otherwise for me, I've just been really working a lot. I haven't had a lot of motivation to do a lot of videos, nor have I had the time. I've been working 2 jobs recently. Now back to one, and since it's the stress of working during the day and then working during the night. It's not really good and great. But I'm just going to keep with the night job. I let the day job know that if a full time position becomes available, I would be more than happy to come work there. It is as a school custodian, and I really like it, and I really like my night job too. It's at a Target, retail place, and I'm really good at it. And both jobs are really good. So that's sort of my life right now. Like, oh boy, I have 2 great jobs that really do care and appreciate me, but I don't want to hurt the other one's feelings.
Yeah, and just figuring out like what would be best for like money, what would be best for time, what would be best for mental health, blah blah blah.
And the best for our future as well, since we've been looking, and we have been messaging, and so far there hasn't been any great apartments near us. That like there've been great ones, but will they want first time renters? No. Well,
Yeah.
technically this is your like second time, but that was through college and stuff like that.
Yeah, I lived on a on campus apartment, and so like I technically like still was paying the school to live there. So I guess I don't know if that counts as rent history or not. I don't think so, but
Yeah.
yeah, and also you don't have a credit history yet,
Yeah.
so you just got a credit card, so you're working on that. So
Uh-huh.
that should help.
Yeah. 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 And I didn't go too overboard with it. I did not. I promise that. Sure, a new set of Yu-Gi-Oh did come out where they brought in new Dragon Maid support, which I like the Dragon Maids because of their play style, not and of the like the Victorian look to it. Like for me, I love Victorian era. I really want to watch Down Abbey. I do not have the time or the willpower to go through seasons upon seasons of that.
Really, I did not know that you wanted to watch that. That's interesting.
I did. I really like. Well, you know me. I my favorite anime is Black Butler, and
Mm,
that and I really like the Brits and stuff like that. They're so awesome.
I like Brits as well.
Yeah.
I like Sherlock.
Yeah, so if you're a Yu-Gi-Oh player or you know anything about Yu-Gi-Oh, yeah, the Dragon Maids are this sort of archetype where you have these women who are maids, and it doesn't seem as though they serve a certain master of the house, or it's a house where anyone can come live or stay. Like I sort of imagine it's like this mansion in the woods, and that you're just like a lost traveler and it appears to you, and they help you get rested and well up, and then you're on your way and you never see it again. That's how I sort of take the mask. But a lot of people see it as a waifu archetype, which I just found out about. And I'm like, no, oh, come on. Like, I get it. But it's like, no.
Mm-hmm.
Firstly, for me, like, people can have their own things, own views, own stuff and whatnot, but no, no, don't bring that into something that isn't really designed like that. And it seems to be based off of Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, which is another great manga slash anime. Where my favorite character from that is, of course, another black-haired butler with red eyes, named Evenir, I think is his name. He's a sort of shut-in dragon from the dragon world who gets brought into the human world, and he's obsessed with video games now and manga and anime because of Miss Kobayashi's work friend who takes him in as a roommate. So that's just a lot of fun. That would be a good anime for us to watch together.
Okay.
Yeah. But first, we have to get through Spy X Family, which we will be getting more news about of season 3 on July 3rd or the 5th, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be fun. Maybe they'll release a season 3 trailer and we can see what it is. I still need to really read the manga. I read it up to the point of like season 2, because that's where I had all the volumes up to. But then I've just been collecting it, but I've just been reading so much other stuff. That's also been the problem. We just don't have that much time to read.
Yeah, I have been getting the past couple days into it a little bit more. Like we've been trying to read the Shades of Magic series by
Yeah.
V. Schwab forever. And I'm on the well, I guess technically last book. I don't know, third book. There's another one, but I think it's like
I do think
a
it's like a
spin-off
pre
or
yeah.
something. But yeah, I'm like halfway through, but I've been trying to read it forever.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm only halfway through the second book. And this we actually started to read it when we were still
Mm-hmm.
just best friends, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were just still best friends. And so we had decided like let's do our own little book club and stuff like that cuz like I used to be a book club in high school, but that sort of fizzled out with what was it with COVID stuff like that. And you weren't in that though. When we were in high school, I would have just came into high school. You would have just been leaving high school.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and the person who wasn't was like a grade ahead of me. So they were like 2 grades down below you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think I did do the book club one year. But yeah, it didn't. We didn't. I think we only read like one or two books. It didn't really pan out.
yeah. No, this book club, I know we read at least 3. No, we did, or was that the 2 years? Or maybe it was just the one year where we did manage to read like 4 books. One of which was like this dystopian one where you had like this little like tracker thing on you, and it told it like it was a ranking system and stuff like that. One of those dystopians. The second one was about this girl who was killed by her stepmom, and she became like this ghost in a mall, and she was like talking with all these other ghosts. What I really remember about that book, they had God, or this depiction of the deity, be like these two little children, and they were like on and off, like either really old, really young, and they were both like this order and chaos, which I really liked. And then the other book was something about this I can't remember what it is, a mental disorder where he couldn't remember things right. He started to see things in and out. It would eventually where it really did deal with like he wasn't taking his medication. He thought he had a little brother. Turns out a spoiler for I can't remember the name of it, but turns out he did have a little brother, and that was the whole point of the book. Like he was trying to find his little brother who was tweaking, even though it turns out he did have one. He created like this sort of fantasy in his head from it, and it became so true.
Mm.
Yeah. And then the fourth one was about police brutality and stuff like that, which was really eye opening for me because we've lived it. I have lived in a very small town. Really, stuff like that doesn't happen. And stuff like that,
Mm.
and it's always been nice and safe and whatnot. And to read that, and then to see what happened during COVID and stuff like that. We live in Minnesota, and so when the stuff with the riots and uh, George
George
Floyd
Floyd.
stuff happened, that was really eye opening for me, and that was just yeah, it was just like the strangest coincidence because we had just started reading that book when COVID happened, and then I finished it. I remember finishing it at McDonald's after I just got off of a 9-hour shift waiting for my dad. Then I heard on the radio all that stuff. I'm like, oh dear. Yeah, but off of that sad topic, sorry about that. Sorry that went there. Just a rant. um, I've got some props for us to do. What are your thoughts? Since we are both huge Disney Pixar fans, what are your thoughts on the new movie Elio?
I've only seen the trailer like once. Like I saw like the teasers or whatever that they
Uh-huh.
put out long time ago. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm always excited for a new Pixar movie, and I think it'll be good and fine and whatnot. Yeah, like Aliens is fine. The kid with an eye patch, cool. Why not?
What is actually interesting about that, you bring up the eye patch. Um, It is seen. So I've seen the trailers. I've seen like this couple of little sneak peeks. If you go to actually another YouTube channel called Cinema Therapy, as to the date of this recording of June 22nd, their most recent video, they got to watch Elio, and they're giving a non-spoiler free like therapeutic review of it with
Oh,
with the two directors and the producer of it as well. And so that was really fun because it actually showed where he had both of his eyes at the beginning of the film, but
mhm.
then he got an eye patch.
Yeah.
So it's like, does he actually still have his eye underneath there, or or did he lose it? And could it be something like genetic, like how he lost his parents because he is with his aunt now, who seemed to work with some sort of army NASA thing, which is very interesting. But it's already gotten an 85% on Rotten Tomatoes. I think the voice acting sounds great and good. I am just a little bit concerned for it because this is a movie that they did push around. It was lifted up in the air, like, will it ever have like a set release date and stuff like that? And for it to be coming out right now, too, is really rough because you have Elio, you have Superman coming out, you have just recently How to Train Your Dragon live action came out, and then you have Jurassic World Rebirth coming out soon too. Like a lot of the summer blockbusters are coming out, and other than like Take Near Us, we have a very wonderful local theater. I had the honor and pleasure of working with them for about 2.5 years, nearly 3 years, working for them as custodian all time through, and then um concession worker when I needed the money. Um, but yeah, it was so nice to work with them. Where they only take cash. They do $5 during the day, like $7.50 for adults in the evening and stuff like that. Still really good low prices. They're managing to keep up with stuff and whatnot. They just upgraded all their seats to blah blah blah. Sorry, there's gonna be a lot of blah blah blah. Because I did not sleep well and I'm tired, but I've got caffeine. But they have reclining seats and stuff like that. But yeah, no, it's really great to go there and see. But I think that it will be a good movie. It almost has like Luca vibes to it as well,
Yeah.
where it's you have to find your own place um among these people who you like. Well, that's the difference. Luca, um he was taught from the humans to be a place of fear, whereas aliens are a place of non-existence, and where Luca then has is embracing this and whatnot. But then there's like a whole evil overlord sort of thing. But what is interesting about this, like, quote unquote villain character, was that in the first trailer he was sort of shown to be in the council. So it makes me think, oh, he was in the council of like this galactic empire, but then he withdrew from it because of Elio, or maybe that's like an end scene where he then joins. Like I said, love the voice casting. I can't. The villain is a great voice actor. I've also loved him acting as well. He used to be in What's Up Raymond. He actually voiced acted Gusteau in Ratatouille, one of my favorite
Oh,
Disney and
really?
Pixar films. Yeah. And so that was great and awesome to see that he's returning to that. But yeah, we just gotta find the time to watch it. Because right now there's so many stuff we need to go see. And we also need to watch Digital Circus episode 5 and K-pop Demon Hunters, which are both things that have been getting great reviews and are blowing up the internet, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
So it will be super fun for us to watch those as well. Any more thoughts on that?
For some reason, I thought I saw in one of the Elio trailers that like he lost his eye because of like an accident or like an attack or something. I don't think it was a genetic thing.
Okay. Yeah, I did not see that. That would be okay.
Unless I am mixing it up with Big Theory. But I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, weird. Yeah. Yeah, that's also been the critique of this movie. A lot of people are saying that they've been lacking advertising, but I've been seeing it everywhere through YouTube, through Facebook, and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Like they do have the advertising for it, or maybe that's just because my feeds are so like
Yeah, I was gonna say
Disney
your
and
your
whatnot.
algorithms are very Disney
Yeah,
focused. So
yeah. Like, did I just watch last night part of a Disney Villainous tournament? Yes, I did. um, but next prompt: what is your most hated or least fun to play board game?
my least favorite board game.
Yeah.
Um,
What is a board game that you have played that you have not enjoyed, or like, I would like to never play this again?
hmm. I don't know. Like, there's none that I've been like, this is a terrible game. Or well, mm, I'm. I never actually played it, but I was over at somebody's house where they were playing it. The trolley problem game. Um, I've never liked that concept about the trolley problem, whatever. It's like picking one evil over the other and whatnot. And like in that game, you have to like convince the judge or whatever that your solution is better, and I'm not really into that type of game.
Oh yeah, like one of those mind games, like you're having to. Okay, interesting, but interesting. Okay, I did not know that would be the one. I was thinking like something more of like the drafting game or something like that, like Civilization or whatever it was called that we played.
Seven
That
Wonders.
yeah, Seven Wonders.
Yeah, that one was fine. I've never really played a drafting game before, and so I didn't really know what I was doing. I feel like if I played it again now, I would probably like it a little more. But
Yeah, and that actually brings me to mind where, um, like let's take the Rivers of Gold or yeah,
mm,
um, the first time we played that, I did really enjoy it, but there was also so much to that and whatnot. And
mm.
we had just got done learning another game, and it was and I just won that game. And that's where you brought up like maybe there are different perspectives for people if they win the game or if they don't win the game
Yeah,
and
like a
stuff like
winning
that.
bias. Like if you win, you're more likely to say that you liked the game.
Yeah. Yeah, which I don't really feel like I do because, like, I did win the Seven Wonders game, but I thought it was really fun.
Hmm.
I thought that was very fun. Or like, we played also, the Lord of the Rings
Mm.
game. That was very fun.
Well,
I
there's a
like.
lot of Lord of the Rings games. You
Oh,
gotta be specific. Lord
the
of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, the trick taking game, I
trick
think is what
taking
it's
game.
called.
Is that what it is? Thank you.
It's a very long title.
Yeah, yeah, that was very fun. But I think, personal game that and I hate these sorts of games. This is why I really hate the exit games too,
Mm,
because you can only play them once. But it would be the Wizard of Oz game that we played. It it
really?
was it was fine. It was good. It didn't take that much strategy though, other than just like
Yeah, we only ever had to redo a story like
once,
once.
and that was because the rules weren't very clear
Yeah.
on it and stuff like that. And I get it. Maybe it like it does say it's like for 16 and up, and it's like so. Is it supposed to be like that simple? Did we just get like really lucky with it? Like I don't know. Like there was sort of there was strategy to it, but not really that hard. Not really the big old like oh look out make you think and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, and there are multiple Wizard of Oz games too. I don't know what the
Oh
official title is, but it was like Wizard of Oz Storybook or something like
yeah,
that.
Wizard of Oz storybook where you play through each of the chapters of the movie and stuff like that. And it was cute, it was fun, but you can only really play it once
Yeah.
because then you sort of know like yeah, maybe the deck is the game deck is up against you, but it's really yeah, you only get to really play it once, and that's the thing that I don't like, where you can only really play it once, and it just sort of feels the same where take Disney Villainous, where you could play the same character over and over again. I don't know why you would, but it would be different each time because it's like, okay, so I've got this card in this certain order for to make to help it go this way. Or there are times where you could play hero, I mean a villain, and the card that you need is on the bottom of your deck or the bottom of your fate deck.
Mhm.
Like we just played King Candy versus Radigan, and the for Radigan, there you can win by bringing the mouse queen, the Queen of England, basically, towards the Buckingham Palace. But I didn't get that until the very end of my deck, and you were already like 2 steps ahead because you were racing and whatnot with Vanellope.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, those ones I tend to not like the villains where they are dependent on like one certain card or like even like Jafar. Jafar is the worst because you need to get like two or three different cards in a specific order. So like you just have to mill through your deck the whole time, and I'm just like, this is stupid.
Yeah, that was a big complaint about Jafar, and I don't think he got a revamp too in the second base game. No, it was who was taken out of the second base game. I think it was Prince. I think it was Jafar and the Queen of Hearts or Prince John.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, that is the problem with those ones. But that also makes it really fun because it's like, okay, I gotta really try and go through everything really make sure that it gets going and whatnot. But yeah, it's also very frustrating as well. But another prop that I have is, what are you hoping to do by the end of the summer?
Mm. Look at a couple apartments, maybe pick one. Go to the beach, get on the boat. We need to bring you on our boat for sure.
This has been an
Um,
obsession of hers. I gotta get on a boat for some reason.
yes, because it's
I
a
I
stereotypical Minnesotan summer thing to do is go out on the boat.
I've been on a boat. It's a boat.
I know, but it's not my boat. You need to come out on my boat with my family.
Okay, I have nothing against your feeling, but it is always about this boat. There's something about this boat.
Because it's our boat.
It's not our boat. It's your boat. It's the kid. It's the Elsie boat. Oh boy. Yeah, but yeah, I get that. And I also want to go to the beach and whatnot. Especially now we are in a heat wave right now. So of course it's a perfect time to go to the zoo and whatnot. But
Yeah, we're
the
really hoping that all the animals will not be hiding
yeah,
out in their air conditioned
okay.
inside place.
Yeah, because this is our second time. So we went at the beginning of the month and I already said we live in Minnesota. Right now in the Minnesota Zoo, we have red pandas, which for me, I love Asia. I especially love Asia wildlife. I love snow leopards. I can't remember the snow monkeys. I definitely love the other monkeys too that have a sort of much more blue face to them as well. They are amazing. But my top is of course the panda, but then also the red panda as well. And for me, I would love to get a tattoo of a red panda, like on my arm or something like that. It's like I can get a picture of it and get that there. And because as the world is going on and stuff like that, and I'm not fully aware of zoo training animals and stuff like that, but it is definitely becoming a lot more difficult for zoos to get creatures from out of country and stuff like that. And so seeing a red panda here may be the last time that we ever have the chance to see it. And there's two of them, and it would be really nice to see them. Like, we barely saw them last time. And that was when they first opened up, so they weren't super socialized. But through social media and stuff like that, there have been a lot of people posting about how cute they are, how they've been playing and whatnot. Their names are Spruce and Cedar, which are super cute.
Yeah, and aren't they only here for like a short time? Didn't you say they're leaving like the end of August or
I think so, yeah. They're only here for this summer.
something?
Yeah. And I hope that they're out because also in their little area, they have a little sprinkler system and stuff like that. So that would be super cute to just see them be like, the water, it's so nice. Yeah, but we're super hoping to see them. But otherwise, a couple of my goals for this summer is, like you said, yeah, go to the beach. Um, hopefully to have like maybe we finally can get to record a board game night. That would be
Mm,
super fun
yeah.
because it has been just super difficult to get the time to set everything up and then to still play a game. I still want our first game that we play to be Everdell, but I think what would be super fun is just to play like maybe a new Villainous and stuff like that because that would be super cool and it's really nice for people to see and whatnot.
hmm
I'm hoping to finally play Star Wars Villainous. This has been a problem with me is that I will just buy stuff and that I will not use it, touch it. Like I'll look into it, I'll learn it, but then there is really no time to play it, or we're trying to finish up this other sort of board game stuff and whatnot. Like take Everdell. We've played the base game like two times, three times. I
Yeah,
feel
two
like
or three.
yeah, and we still have all the expansions to play because I got that off of Marketplace where this dude was selling the entire
Big
Kickstarter,
box.
yeah, Kickstarter expansion, stuff like that for a really good price. And so we got that. And then we played Far Shore, which was super fun. But apparently it doesn't have the solo mode. as like some other expansions do, which is very odd. But we got
Yeah,
ours
it's
from
like
Target.
they apparently there's two editions, like, and the one that we got was the Essentials edition, which doesn't include the stuff for the solo mode, which is really weird.
Yeah,
Because people were saying like it's just like a couple more cards and like one token or something. Like, why can't you just put that in there?
yeah, that's very odd. Yeah, maybe there's just a way to print it out online or something like that.
Yeah, they were saying that you could probably do that.
Oh, nice. Yep, and yeah, just try and figure out stuff for this summer and whatnot, just so that way that we can get more stuff out on the channel and whatnot to do more fun stuff and whatnot. It all just depends on work and stuff like that because our two work schedules right now is that Elsie works during the day and then I work during the evening and night. And so, and if I get a day off during the week, it really still doesn't super line up as well and whatnot. And then the weekends we're usually busy with other stuff and whatnot.
Yeah. So we make it work as well as we can and whatnot. We see each other
Yeah,
as much as we can. You stop over after work a lot
yeah,
and bring me little treats and whatnot, which
oh
is
yeah.
nice.
Yep, I am the autistic little pebble giver, where I like to get little gifts over time and stuff like that. Like I like to do big gifts too and whatnot, but I really like to do the little stuff and just like, oh, here you go, because you're not super into the big stuff and whatnot, and um, well, you're not also into like me where I like trinkets and I like
hmm
little decor stuff, or I like collections and whatnot. You like some collections, but you're just more
Yeah,
like
I'm much more the type of person, like, if you're gonna give me a present, like, make it something I can use or something I can eat. Like, my room is completely full. Like, I do not need any more posters or trinkets or
not
anything like that.
yeah. And this isn't from her like buying stuff and whatnot. This is from me giving her stuff and whatnot. That's that like I'm like, oh yeah, I gave her that, I gave her, and I'm like, oh god, I'm the problem, aren't I?
No, I do buy little things now and again. Like, I bought that little fairy figurine with the little
I
dragon
yeah,
because it looks just like or yeah, Opal and Bloomy, my candy characters.
yeah,
And I'm just like, I need it.
hmm
And
yeah,
I got a plushie Audrey too from for Little Shop because it's my fave.
mhm.
So yeah, it's
Oh
like I still buy things like if it really resonates with me, but otherwise I'm just like eh.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and those are two things bought from our local game store as well. Yeah, which is very nice and very cute. But we go to the local game store called the Gamers Den. We've been going there for I've been going there for years. You've been going there for also years, but now for more like now with me like for activities and stuff like that.
hmm
Because you used to go there just for like little shopping or like stop in and whatnot.
Yeah, see what
See.
they've got going on.
Mhm. But yeah, very cute, very nice. We've been playing D&D there like
hmm
for years because let's start a story from long, long ago where I came up with this campaign for Elsie and these other little friends of ours, and that didn't go anywhere afterwards because that they all disbanded as a friend group, and so it was like, oh, I guess we can't do that. So then we started up another one, um, in which then it was just you and another player for a little while, and then we got a third player. But then that player had to leave, and it was like, well, that really changed up the story now. But now we are fully into um the campaign where it's been going on probably for the longest.
Oh yeah, for
With
sure.
now with the most set in stone group that I have seen and stuff like that, where everyone is very dedicated to the story, dedicated to trying to all be there and stuff like that. And we just got our sixth member too, who I think is also very invested and very like I definitely love everyone in this group. They are great to play with. They are amazing and great. And it's just like that is if you're ever a DM or a D&D player where campaigns are going down left and right, just wait it out and you'll soon find yourself in the perfect campaign setting and whatnot.
Yeah,
I
for sure.
think everyone also really loves because I've sort of created this world where it's a Everdell and then the Magic the Gathering says Everbloom sort of combined and whatnot. And so now it's sort of like this story about where they're trying to cure this corruption that seems to have been going and off for centuries. That, that the players are trying to end, while also taking down the corrupted enemies, creatures from the land that have been corrupted, and the corrupted Prince Raynar, who seems to be the host mind of it, while also taking down one of the elemental creatures of the plane, the Snake of Death, who was once corrupted and is now resurrected back with the corruption as well. And to do that, they must then find a sword made from the bone of the dragon of creation. So yeah, just fun stuff. There are fun little shenanigans. Everyone's little animals and stuff like that. Lumi is a hummingbird.
Hmm.
Yep. Which did you think of, or did you choose that? I can't remember how.
I think I did because
Yeah.
I was like, because she's a fairy like
Yeah.
outside of the Everdell world, so I was like, well, let's just do a fairy, a little
Yeah.
hummingbird. I mean, or a butterfly, but I was like, I would rather do hummingbird.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely think hummingbird, because really I haven't thought of like insects and stuff like that. If they are like, because
We have a
mainly
caterpillar.
there is a caterpillar. That's right. Yeah, that's right. I cannot remember his name as well. And that's also me as a DM. Um, a lot of the times the players will finish something a lot faster, or they will ignore it, or they will completely ruin it. So I have to really uh top of the mind a lot of stuff, and that caterpillar was the top of the mind. Where he's writing this memoir of his life, but he's like a 25-year-old. He keeps on coming out with these memoirs because he thinks his life is so interesting, but it's really not. He's really weird and creepy. Sometimes he's really, you can sometimes feel bad for him. Sometimes you feel like you should report him to the police, but I don't know.
Yes. But Lumi is very invested, and you have told me that there is a secret to find eventually, but
Yeah,
apparently I've not got there yet. She's read like 17 volumes or something.
yeah. I mean, you don't necessarily know what you're looking for. You should just think like, what does this caterpillar want?
Um, love and affection, or to become a butterfly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're not too far off from there, just from what I've given of them. Yeah. Also, another problem that we have is, so today is a zoo/book date, because we aren't going to be spending as much time at the zoo today as we are going to be next time, as we were previously. Sorry,
Mhm.
because last time it was like it had been years since either of us had gone to it and
Yeah,
stuff like that. Oh boy, I hope this doesn't come into the audio too bad. We're on a really, not really best row.
yeah.
Yeah. And it's making a really bad noise, but hopefully it doesn't cut it too much to the audio. Don't worry, we aren't going to be doing all the hobby tales in the car and stuff like that. We just saw this one like what, a couple days ago,
Yeah.
and we're like, heck, why not try it and see if it works and whatnot. But yeah, we are also going to be doing like a little book date where we're going to be going to a half price books that's nearby, trying to find some books that we're interested in and stuff like that, and pick those up. And then we'll go to like a either like a little coffee shop area or like a lunch date. And we'll see if we like, yeah, just sort of like talk about the books and whatnot. Talk about like some book goals and stuff like that. Because I feel like that's been a goal of ours for a little while, is to really get back into reading and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Like I was starting to really get back into reading with Lore of Olympus, which is an amazing book series. But Apollo could go bleep himself into the next bleep in life. Oh my goodness. I thought I didn't like him in the Rick Riordan series and stuff like that. He just seems so annoying in that. But now he's like just such an abusive little prick. I'm like, I really just want to hit you so hard. Like, and which the the author has done an amazing job at that, where they do want you to hate Apollo and stuff like that, and have these negative feelings towards each of the characters and whatnot, but also the positive feelings as well. Yeah, I can see why it's now won so many awards, and it's why Webtoon is so popular as it is. and it's paved the way for so many other creators and whatnot.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, it's also just hard for me to get into reading because like reading is my job. Like I'm an
Yeah.
editor, and so like when I'm doing that all day long, I don't really want to come home and like do that for fun. I mean I do sometimes, but yeah, it just depends on like how like strenuous the day was, I guess, like how heavy the edits were, like how invested in the book that I was.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. So we're hoping that we can do a little bit more of that, and yeah, and it's a lot tougher for Elsie because yeah, she works as an editor, and she, you know, it's like working in fast food. It's like, can you really eat the stuff that you make every day and stuff like that? Like it's just like, oh boy, you cannot. It's just crazy. Yep, and then yeah, we're just hoping that the rest of this summer goes well. That we have our own little time to ourselves and whatnot, time to do more stuff for the channel because that's been my biggest thing is trying to find the more motivation and the more time to do stuff for the channel and whatnot because like because I'm still really into Lurkana. I'm still doing very much well for Lurkana and stuff like that. I still want that to be a part of the channel, but I also want to start going into other hobbies and other TCGs and stuff like that. Like I play Magic mainly just for the commander now since standard is too much for me. um and then I'm starting to really get back into Yu-Gi-Oh, but there's really no place close to us that's within like 20-30 minute range. Like there are places that are like 45 to an hour away, and it's just like it's a little bit rough to try and go there after working and stuff like that to try and play. But otherwise, yeah, just to do some more fun stuff. I'm hoping to maybe get like a little Dungeons and Dragons mini series up and going where I sort of think of like a little mini campaign and ideas that I've had because that's always been me. My mind is always running with creative thoughts and stuff like that, and just always trying to like think of like what would be better, what would be great, and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. I'm always asking them to tell me stories and whatever, and I'm always
Yeah,
like, how the heck did you come up with this
I
stuff?
think you should probably get over.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
I can see it on my map.
sorry. I drove down here last time and I'm not a very much good driver or a very good person remembering, but I'm like, oh yeah, this is probably the lane that you want to be in so that we can get in the turn lane. Ah, she's mad. She's gonna throw me into with the snow monkeys. They're gonna cope me. They're actually very peaceful and whatnot.
Mhm.
Mm. Yeah, but hoping to do that just because my mind is always going and stuff like that. And if we do have the time, we'll definitely do more hobby deals and stuff like that. We don't really. This was just like a spur of the moment thing. We have the time. We're just gonna be talking anyway. Might as well record it and see how it goes.
Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, and another thing I wanted to do this summer is I've been going back and watching the Marvel movies. I want to try and get caught up again because it's like I've seen most of them, but some of the new ones I haven't seen, and so I was like, well, I might as well just go back and watch the old ones. So yeah, I just watched Avengers. I think was the last one that I watched. Um, but yeah, and then my mom and I watched Thor 3 because she wanted something funny to watch, and I was like, this is hilarious.
Thor
So
3? Oh, wait, Thor Ragnarok. That's right.
yes.
I was like, yo, that's Love and Thunder, which
No,
that
no,
one was not funny, really.
no.
I have not seen that one. I haven't seen the only Marvel movie that I can. Well, I saw Wakanda, but the one that I remember the most would be Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And I had to see that alone in theaters, which I was happy, but I was also like, oh man, I wish I could experience it. Like, oh, someone pass me a tissue. If you have not seen that, it is heartbreaking and it is so good. And it's the perfect way to end off like the Guardians of the Galaxy because I feel like none of those movies are bad movies.
Yeah, I know
I feel
everybody
like
loves those.
I feel like those are the perfect way. And Sean Gunn, I think that's the actor's name, did an amazing, wonderful job. And now he's in charge of the new DC universe with the new Superman movie coming out. I believe he also has directed. And that looks great. I love that the new way they're taking it with it. I feel very bad for all the rest of the DC and whatnot with the Henry Cavill cut. That's so sad. I'm so glad that Amazon picked him up because he had to give up his role on the Netflix's The Witcher, which he was doing so well with, to then come back as Superman, a role that he was so dedicated with, and then Warner Brothers cut him off. And that was so rude. Um, After the whole Justice League stuff like that with stuff on set, especially with the cyborg who's an African American, and he had to deal with some racism, and Gal Gadot as well, as she is an immigrant, I would say. And her past with, I can't remember where she is from, but I know it's somewhere where people really are like, oh yeah, it's this and that and whatnot, but it's like they're good people. They have made these characters come alive, and I love them for it. And like the last DC movie I really saw was Black Adam, which I I really enjoyed Black Adam the character. Did I think The Rock did him good? Like, yeah, but the movie still felt very off. I
Yeah.
definitely love Doctor Fate and Adam. Those two, I love Doctor Fate. I love anything that has to deal with like order and chaos. Like there's a DC villain I remember from the Batman, The Brave and the Bold. For anyone who grew up on Cartoon Network and stuff like that, his name was Equinox, and everything had to be in balance, like, and in control. And he was just a wonderful villain. Yeah. So I really hope everything goes well with the Superman movie and stuff like that. And that DC really does go well. I'm super glad too that Jason Momoa will be um Lobo and stuff like that. A very another great mercenary character, a very fun character as well. And I think he will work very well in Sean Gunn's universe and stuff like that. It will be very fun.
Wait, Jason Momoa is playing another DC character?
Yeah,
And is Aquaman all done?
I think so. I think that Aquaman is done.
Like, why would they bring him back so soon as somebody else? Like, I know that they're bringing back Robert Downey Jr. or somebody else, but it's been a long
Yeah.
time since Iron Man. So, like,
It hasn't been that long. Oh well, actually, yeah. So yeah, but he will be playing Doctor Doom, which people are thinking it will be a Doctor Doom from another multiverse where it is like Tony Stark did become a Doctor Doom esque character and stuff like that. That's sort of the whole role with that. But yeah, like he also really wanted the role too. Like he has expressed that throughout a lot of time where that was one of his favorite characters and stuff like
Jason
that
or
too.
Robert?
Jason.
Mm.
Yeah. And he's been wanting to play more fun characters and stuff like that. Like in the more recent Fast and Furious character, he plays like this happy, chaotic, like cynical character and whatnot, which I haven't seen, but I've seen parts of it. I'm like, oh, he's having a blast with this.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was good in the Minecraft movie too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. I definitely would like to see him with Jack Black more and stuff like that. That would be very fun. Parking Camelot. Sorry, we're now trying to find a place to park because they are always doing something here where it's like, oh, do that, do that. Oh, that's super cute. That's so cute. They have like little statues up and everything else like that. Yep. As we are arriving, guys, we want to thank you if you have fully listened to this all the way through. Um, Give us a like. Give us what what I would appreciate more than like take a like or a subscription. Just leave a comment. That would be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, for sure. Why can I not go that way?
This is so weird.
This is really weird. So yeah, thank you for listening to Hobby Tales, and
Yeah.
we will see you next time.
Yeah. Comment about what you thought was really interesting about any of your summer goals, about your least favorite like board game, about your movie impressions of the summer blockbusters and stuff like that. Otherwise, give us your props. Ask us like, hey, can you guys deal with this topic or talk about that or whatever? Like, yeah, just sort of bring up. Well, all right, guys, we will talk to you later. Take care, everyone. Bye.